You're living in one timeline, but it's not the only one out there. All around, infinite realities vibrate just beyond your reach, waiting to become your reality. Yet people stay trapped in the same cycle, repeating patterns, outcomes, frustrations, wondering why nothing changes despite yearning for more. Let's break this. You're not stuck because of fate or bad luck. You're stuck because your mind, body, emotions, and energy are tuned to an old timeline. You can't escape by wishing, forcing, or faking it. A quantum shift isn't about manifesting harder. It's about embodying a new state so fully that the quantum field mirrors a different reality. Here's the truth. Manifestation isn't about wanting something badly. The quantum field doesn't care how much you desire change. It responds to your vibrational alignment. You might be saying the right affirmations or visualizing daily, but if your body's wired to old emotional loops, your subconscious broadcasting fear or lack, you're still signaling the old timeline. The quantum field picks up the dominant signal, not the loudest. That's why you can chant, "I'm wealthy," endlessly. But if your body tenses when bills arrive, the field reads fear, not abundance. It's why you can dream of love. But if your heart's closed, the field senses isolation. This traps people in old timelines. They think change starts with external results. But a quantum leap begins within, with your state, your coherence. You must become the version of you already living in the desired timeline. Now, not when proof shows up. Quantum physics tells us all possibilities exist in the field of potential. Every timeline, every version of you, is already vibrating. Shifting your frequency doesn't create something new. It collapses the reality waiting for you. Nikola Tesla said, "If you knew the power of 369, you'd unlock the universe." These numbers point to patterns, vibrations, the truth that reality forms around frequency. The question isn't, how do I get it? But who must I become to align with the timeline where it exists? Becoming isn't pretending. It's a full-body, full-soul shift. So why don't people shift? They're tied to a version of themselves built to survive the old timeline. The subconscious craves the familiar, not progress. Every time you react the same, tell the same story, expect the same outcome, you reinforce the old signal. It's like a neural pathway. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Quantum physics says observation collapses infinite possibilities into one reality, but you observe with your beliefs, emotions, and expectations. Neuroscience adds, 95% of your behavior comes from subconscious programming, trauma, fears, beliefs. So, your conscious intent isn't collapsing the wave, your subconscious is. That's why you can change jobs, cities, or partners but still feel the same emotional loops. External shifts don't override an unchanged internal frequency. Resistance keeps you stuck. It hides as overthinking, procrastination, or fear posing as logic, saying be realistic. It's rooted in your body. Stored trauma, suppressed emotions, coded into your nervous system. When your system's dysregulated, it sends threat signals to the field, even if you're saying, "I'm ready." That mismatch creates the same old outcomes. Tesla said to think in terms of energy, frequency, vibration. Your life is a frequency. Your thoughts, emotions, breath, posture shape it. You're a frequency generator in a responsive field, but you've broadcast the same pattern so long, you think it's you. Good news, you don't fight the pattern, you stop feeding it. Where are you vibrating fear while claiming faith? Where are you seeking abundance but feeling unworthy? These contradictions block the shift. Now, how do you live the shift? It's not about forcing the quantum field. It's about aligning with the you already in the desired timeline. The quantum field is an ocean of possibilities. Every outcome exists as a wave. You collapse it by matching its frequency. Not just mentally, but emotionally, physically. Embodiment is key. Living the frequency before the world confirms it. For abundance, it's trusting when you spend, breathing through scarcity fears, or approaching opportunities openly. For love, it's softening your heart, risking vulnerability despite past hurts. For health, it's treating your body as healing, eating with care, moving with joy. You don't wait for the timeline to shift to act differently. You act differently, and the timeline follows. Manifestation fails when it's conditional. I'll feel abundant when money comes. The quantum doesn't wait. It reflects you now. Tesla's 369 reminds us life organizes around energy, not effort. Can you align your mind, heart, body, and actions before external proof? The timeline shifts when waiting stops being your frequency. Ask, if you were already in your desired timeline, how would you move through your day? What habits would shift? What conversations would change? It's about small, consistent alignment, not grand gestures. Drop one word below, the loop you're ready to break. Fear, lack, silence? Naming it starts dissolving it. When you spend money, do it with calm intention and confidence, not fear or regret. If you're aiming for love, your practice could be standing tall when you feel like hiding, reaching out with warmth instead of retreating to protect yourself, or speaking words of care even when vulnerability feels risky. If you're moving toward health, it might mean noticing the quiet signs of energy already flowing in your body, choosing foods, movement, or rest with reverence instead of discipline, and shifting self-critical thoughts to ones of encouragement. These small acts are quantum signals. They tell the field, this is who I am now, not who I'm hoping to be later. Here's what most miss. The practice isn't about being flawless. It's about returning. You'll slip. You'll fall back into old patterns. You'll catch yourself thinking or acting from the old timeline. That's not failure. It's being human. The strength lies in how fast you realign. Each time you notice the slip and gently shift back, you anchor the new timeline. Each time you pause, breathe, and choose clarity over chaos, you solidify the change. Each time you live as if the new reality is already here. Even when the world hasn't caught up, you collapse the wave. This is the rhythm of quantum embodiment. Now, let's talk tools. Some find power in practices like breathwork, meditation, or visualization to tune their system. Others resonate with sacred symbols, numbers like 369 or 777 or sound vibrations. These aren't magic, they're anchors. They help your subconscious hear, I'm aligned with the new reality. But tools only work if you show up fully. You can't hand off your shift to a ritual. It works because you do. So, here's your challenge today. Pick one old pattern you're ready to break. Choose one small, intentional act that reflects the new timeline. Commit to doing it today with focus, heart, and care. It could be as simple as taking 3 mindful breaths before reacting, speaking one truth from your desired self instead of your fearful one, or sitting quietly to feel the frequency of your chosen reality. It's not about the act itself, it's about the energy behind it. The quantum responds instantly, not later. As you step into this, know you're not alone. You're part of a collective waking up to their power, rediscovering their ability to shape reality, and learning to move with the field. This space, this community, is here to walk with you. So, before we move to the final piece, where we dive into sustaining the shift and truly living in the new timeline, I invite you, if this sparks something in you, if you feel the stir of possibility, subscribe. Stay connected to this community, to these conversations. In the comments, share one small act you're committing to today. Something that roots you in your new timeline. Maybe it's breathe, trust, or open. Your word matters. Your action matters. You matter. Here we are at the final step of this journey. You've explored the science, the energy, the subconscious layers, and the practices of embodiment. Now comes the crucial part, sustaining the shift. The quantum field doesn't care if you touch the new timeline once. It reshapes your reality when you live there consistently. Most treat manifestation like a one-time event. They visualize, affirm, journal, then wait. When results don't appear instantly, they slip back to the old frequency, not realizing the real transformation lies in staying. Sustainability is the key to a quantum leap. This doesn't mean forcing constant positivity or ignoring struggles. It means building the emotional and energetic strength to return to alignment repeatedly. Every time you wobble and realign, you amplify the signal. Every time you notice an old pattern tugging and choose the new timeline instead, you strengthen the shift. Every time you think, speak, or act as if you're already in the desired reality, the old timeline loses its hold. This isn't a test, it's mastery. You're learning to be the quantum signal that collapses the wave, not just sometimes, but as a way of being. Here's a simple guide. First, daily awareness. Start your day by tuning in. Ask, what energy am I bringing today? Fear or trust? Struggle or ease? Set your intention before you even get out of bed. Second, embodied action. Throughout the day, practice small alignments. Are your actions reflecting your desired timeline? For abundance, are you giving freely or holding back? For love, are you open or guarded? For health, are you nurturing or neglecting? Small, repeated choices outweigh rare, big moves. Third, emotional regulation. Triggers will come. Doubt will creep in. That's normal. The power is in returning. Breathe, ground, reconnect to the you who knows. This is who I am now. Fourth, use anchors. Symbols, numbers, mantras, or communities that remind you of your chosen frequency. Let your environment support your shift. Finally, gratitude. It's the signal of already having. When you feel grateful, you tell the quantum, I'm aligned, I'm open, I'm complete. This boosts your field's coherence and speeds up the shift. You're not doing this to get somewhere. You're doing it because this is the place. You're not chasing a timeline, you're becoming it. Thank you for joining me on this path. You're not the same person who started this video. You're vibrating differently, carrying new awareness, a new spark. The magic isn't in memorizing this, it's in what you do next. So here's my invitation. In the next 24 hours, surprise yourself. Do one thing, big or small, that belongs to the you in your desired timeline. A choice, a gesture, a thought, a feeling. It doesn't need to be huge, just real. When you do it, know you're not waiting for change, you're living it. If this resonates, subscribe. Not just to a channel, but to a space where we keep raising the frequency together. Thank you for your energy, your courage, your willingness to become more of who you are. Keep choosing. Keep moving. Keep surprising yourself. The quantum field is always listening.